God. I don't really know how to start this morning. I woke up and just lay there for a few minutes, staring at the ceiling, feeling the weight of everything before I even moved. Before I said a word, before the day even had a chance to begin. And there it was again. That familiar heaviness sitting right in the middle of my chest, like it never left, like it just waited for me to open my eyes. I'm not okay. I think I need to just say that out loud, even if it's only to you. I've been telling people I'm fine. I've been nodding and smiling and showing up, and underneath all of that, I've been quietly falling apart in ways I can't even fully describe. There's this exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. There's this worry that doesn't go quiet, no matter how hard I try to push it down. And there are moments, honest moments, where I don't know if I'm holding everything together or just getting better at pretending that I am. I'm tired of pretending. God, I've been carrying things I haven't told anyone, not because there's no one around, but because some things are hard to put into words without sounding weak or broken or like you've lost your grip on faith. But I think you already know what I've been carrying. I think you've been watching me shuffle through these days with more fear than I've been willing to admit. And I think maybe that's why I'm here right now, in this quiet space, just trying to be honest with you for once instead of polished. There are things in my life right now that I don't have answers for. Real things, heavy things, things that keep me up at night and greet me the moment I wake up. Relationships that I don't know how to fix. Decisions I keep putting off because I'm afraid of choosing wrong. Financial pressure that makes the future feel like a wall instead of a road. A loneliness that sometimes shows up even in rooms full of people, and I don't know what to do with that feeling. I really don't. Some days it's not one big thing. It's just everything, all at once, quietly piling up. And I reach a point where I can't tell if I'm overwhelmed or numb or just deeply worn out from trying so hard for so long without feeling like anything is changing. And yet, here I am, talking to you, because somewhere inside me, beneath the exhaustion and the fear and all the questions I can't answer, there is still something that believes you hear this. Something that trusts, even on the hard days, even when it's more muscle memory than certainty, that I am not outside of your reach. That this struggle, this season, this mess, it hasn't disqualified me from your care. I need you today, not in a way that sounds impressive or spiritual, just truly, practically, quietly. I need you. I need strength that doesn't come from me forcing myself through another day. I need peace that doesn't depend on everything making sense first. I need to feel, even just a little, that I'm not facing today alone. Because that is what scares me most, if I'm being honest. Not the hard circumstances themselves, but the thought of walking through them without you. The thought of being unseen. The thought that maybe all this is just too ordinary, or too small, or too messy for grace to reach. But I know somewhere deeper than where my fear lives. I know that's not true. You said you would never leave. Not when we have it together. Not when we don't. Not when our faith feels steady. And not when it feels thin as paper. You said you are close to the brokenhearted. And God, some mornings that is the only verse that feels like it was written for someone like me. Because that's where I am. Not shattered beyond return, but bruised, tired, quietly aching in ways that I'm still learning how to name. So I'm asking you to meet me here. Not in the version of my life I wish I had. Here, in this actual morning with these actual fears, with the coffee going cold and the day already feeling like too much before it's fully started. Meet me here. Give me the kind of strength that isn't loud, the quiet kind, the kind that just lets me take the next step without needing to see the whole road. Help me release the need to have it all figured out, because I've been gripping that so tightly and it isn't working. It was never working. And I think part of my exhaustion is just from holding on to control I was never meant to carry. For the person who is listening to this right now and feeling something stir in their chest, the one who came across this prayer because something inside them is searching, aching, or quietly unraveling. I'm praying for them too, because I know this kind of tired. I know what it's like to not want to ask for help because you've been strong for so long that needing help feels like failure. I know what it's like to scroll in the dark, looking for something to make the weight feel a little lighter, even for a moment. You are not invisible. What you're carrying is real. And you don't have to dress it up or minimize it or wait until you feel more together before you come to God with it. You can come as you are, right now, with all of it. God, wrap around the tired ones today, the ones who woke up heavy, the ones who are grieving something, a relationship, a dream, a version of their life they thought they'd have by now, the ones who are afraid of what the next week holds, the ones who are holding their breath, waiting for something to shift and growing weary of waiting. Be near to them in a way they can feel, not just believe in their mind, but feel a quietness in the spirit, a softness where there's been tension, a moment somewhere in the middle of an ordinary Tuesday where something inside them goes still and they remember that they are held. I don't know how today is going to go. I don't know if things will feel better by tonight or if I'll still be navigating the same fog tomorrow morning, but I know I would rather walk through it with you than around you. I know I would rather come to the end of this day having been honest than having performed. So I'm choosing honesty, even when it doesn't feel brave, even when it feels like barely anything at all. Thank you for still being here. Thank you for not requiring me to have it together before I talk to you. Thank you for being the kind of God who can handle my doubts and my fear and my quiet despair without flinching, without pulling back, without making me feel like I should have more faith than I do right now. This is all I have this morning. Just this. Just me, this quiet room, and the hope, fragile and real, that you are already in the middle of everything I'm about to face today. Help me breathe. Help me trust. Help me go. And if you're sitting somewhere right now, holding something you haven't been able to say to anyone, something too tender or too complicated or too heavy to put into words, just know that you are not the only one. You never were. Whatever it is that brought you here this morning, you didn't wander here by accident. Sometimes the bravest thing we do is admit we need a hand we can't see and trust that it's already reaching back.